It's nearly here. We're knocking on the door. Of what, you ask? IEP season, of course. The least wonderful time of the year. I'm Jenny Sherson, ex-special educator turned dyslexia interventionist. It wasn't so long ago that I, too, was overwhelmed by balanced literacy versus structured literacy, education speak, and everything in between. Fast forward after many, many hours of self-driven education, and you'll see I've built a thriving dyslexia practice helping students from age 6 to 18. My specialties? Working with a quote-unquote difficult, almost always 2E, student, and breaking down the complexities of dyslexia into everyday language strategies and action steps. If you're new to the process or have selective amnesia, you may not realize we are heading into prime IEP season. Traditionally, mid-January through mid-March is when the bulk of the yearly IEP meetings take place. From a teaching point of view, it's racing from meeting to meeting from the very beginning to the very end of the season. From a parent's point of view, it's a time of anxiety and stress, hoping you do the best for your child while frequently feeling like much of what is being said is going over your head. To help you out, we've put together 12 questions to ask at a dyslexia IEP meeting, including answers. We've also created a PDF with all the questions and answers and linked to it below in our show notes. You can download it now to follow along, or download it later and place it in your IEP binder as an extra resource. Okay, let's get started. Question 1. How does everyone at the meeting know or work with my child? Good answer. They have worked closely with your child or extensively observed them in multiple settings, not just in the hallways or cafeteria. Question 2. What is your understanding of dyslexia? Good answer. Someone on the team should be able to give you a reasonable working explanation of what dyslexia is and how it affects students. Question 3. What type of instructional approach will be used? Good answer. An explicit multisensory structured literacy approach that includes phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary morphology, sentence structure, and comprehension. Question 4. Why has this approach been chosen, and what needs will this approach specifically address? Good answer. This answer will depend upon the weaknesses found in your child's evaluation report, observations, and classroom work. For example, if a weakness was found in phonemic awareness, the approach used should address this issue. Question number 5, and this is a biggie. Who will be providing the reading services? Good answer. Services will be directly delivered by a specialist or a teacher with training in dyslexia and explicit multisensory approaches. Question number 6. What training or credentials does the person providing the services have? Good answer. A specialist or a teacher with training in dyslexia and explicit multisensory approaches. Bear in mind, quote unquote, years of experience is not the same thing as being trained in dyslexia and the appropriate instructional approaches. That is a red flag. Question number 7. How often and how long are the service sessions? Good answer. The sessions are being delivered with fidelity, the frequency and duration outlined in the guidelines for the chosen reading instructional approach or program. Question number 8. When and where will the services be delivered? Good answer. One-on-one services in a pull-out resource room setting. When this is not feasible, an acceptable alternative is a small pull-out group, a group of 2 to 3 students, all at the same skill level in a resource room. Question number 9. How will mastery be measured? Good answer. First, we need to know their benchmark, present levels, in the area of foundational reading skills. We ultimately want your child to perform at a 90% or higher accuracy level. We may have to scaffold the instruction in yearly goals depending on your child's current present levels and learning profile. I want you to note I said 90%, not 80. Question number 10. How often will you evaluate whether or not this is the appropriate program for my child? Good answer. An intervention is utilized for 6 to 8 weeks. If, at the end of that time period, we don't see a response to the intervention, we need to reconvene and evaluate. What's working? What isn't? Do we need to increase the number of sessions or length of sessions, etc.? Question 11. Why do you think my child hasn't made meaningful progress on their reading, spelling, or writing goal? Or, what do you plan to do differently to ensure my child makes progress on their goals in the upcoming year? Good answer. The approach or the intensity of the approach we are using is not the appropriate one for your child. We need to reevaluate and adjust instruction. Question 12. What additional accommodations or supports will my child receive? Good answer. There are many good answers. Some of the most common are your child will receive extra time on all assignments and assessments, fewer items per page, text to speech, speech to text, frequent breaks, and reduced distractions. If you have any further questions about our 12 questions to ask at a Dyslexia IEP meeting, please feel free to sneak into my inbox. In our next episode, we'll dive into something near to my heart: dyslexia and ADHD. Until next time, bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Literacy Untangled. If you loved this episode as much as I did, head on over and rate and subscribe so you never miss an episode. If you want to continue the conversation or share your takeaways, head on over to our Instagram at Literacy Untangled and comment on your favorite part. I can't wait to hang out with you again soon. Bye!